So I'm just by the Shuntuck Centre, and that's the Macau ferry terminal, well, when it's operating. And it's Chim Sa Choy in the distance. And what have we got over here? Here, you know, we've got Livistona chinensis. She planted almost like standard trees, although the specification doesn't use that term standard. It just, for palms, it just use a total height for specifying them at the time of planting. When they're planted, these lot I think were planted at, say, like 5 meters total height. But they, I mean, Livistona chinensis, you don't normally associate that with growing by the seaside here, and this is a pretty exposed spot. But they seem to be doing pretty well. Quite splendid palmate leaves, and then you can see that on the mature trees, the ends of the sort of leaves hang down, dangle down like that. It's a bit of a giveaway for the Livistona chinensis, as you can see, in tree pits, and that's all right. They're never going to get wider and thicker because palms don't do that, so they're not going to damage the paving. So this is an option that you could consider. Now this path, right, is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6.5 meters wide. So, you know, when you're in the studio, you think, oh, 6.5 meters wide, that's pretty wide. But in fact, once it fills up with people, which it would along the waterfront, 6.5 meters wide is not very wide. This is already could do with being a lot wider. Still, where are people sitting? In the shade. It's not even hot yet. In the shade, in this case, of tiliaceus, Hibiscus tiliaceus, some standards planted there. When was this planted? I can't remember. Probably about 15 years ago, something like that, I'm guessing. So further back, we've got a mixture of Hibiscus tiliaceus, we've got Livistona, we've got over here, and we've got shrub planting. Oh look, we've got a whole mass of Raphiolepis indica, right? Looking pretty good actually, with its white, pinky flowers. So these shrubs are all clipped down, right? All clipped down to this height, less than a meter high. So if you don't want to invest in the clipping, then you're going to have to choose species that don't grow very big in the first place. But it's a very noisy thing here. But just before we get up to the noise, you can see the Crateva unilocularis trees there, just bursting into leaf.